Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is SlammerIV, and I'm very excited to bring you yet another replay from Littlewargame. Today we have the pleasure of watching Aicy in the top left versus DragonArcherZ in the bottom right. This is a true treat for us today because we have two of the absolute top players in the game facing off against each other here. And the map is Mirrored Mire. It's kind of one of a more unusual map. I think the layout is a little bit odd compared to some of the more other maps we have in the pool. And it is not, I believe, in the ranked pool at the moment. So you don't see as many games on it. However, it is in the Pro League for one of the rounds. I believe round 2 has this map as the first map in the Littlewargame Pro League. If you're not familiar with that, I have a link to that down below. But I think this is a good time as any to have a video on Mirrored Mire since it is going to be coming up this weekend. So yeah, let's see what these players bring out. It looks like both players are going for the castle first build order. Kind of just going to that macro game, being confident in their opponents to be not cheesing. I think you see a lot more castle first in practice games than you do in more tournament type areas because obviously, when you go for when you're kind of just playing those unranked customs for practice, generally both players tend to have almost like a gentleman's agreement of not rushing each other as much as they might if they really just want to get the win. So both players going for the castle first into barracks build, and they're going to get their raider out later. Looks like DragonArcherZ actually cut his castle a little bit. In order to get more workers out. So you can see the worker count is 11 to 13. I wasn't paying super close attention. Perhaps the build order they chose was a little bit different. Again, I wasn't paying the closest attention, but it looks like in general we're going to arrive at pretty much the exact same place. Looking at the total income, it's a tiny advantage for DragonArcherZ. But his raider is a little bit later. So that's kind of like the trade-off that our blue Rax player has made, but he is having a slight worker lead. He's got about 2 to 1.5 workers at any given time more than his opponent. Obviously, you can see that as the worker queues come in, Aicy catches up, and then Daz kind of gains a little bit. And so both players just being very aggressive on their expansions. They're like mirroring each other here. Very surprising. I don't know if this I haven't played a lot of Rax versus Rax. So it's also kind of cool to get a nice Rax versus Rax game for you guys to see, because again, I don't play much Rax versus Rax myself. But it seems like they're both very confident to just be expanding off of a single barracks. And obviously the raider here is able to do some good scouting. Both of them pick off the building there. You can see that Aicy's forced to kind of delay his expansion because he doesn't have any units at home, but he does have 2 raiders to attack across the map. Looks like we have a 2 versus 1 raider fight coming here from Aicy. He picks off the raider, and now Daz is going to have to run away. I feel like both players were a little over-aggressive on the way they expanded and not really defending it, very well at all. And as a result, looks like Daz is going to lose a lot of mining time and a couple workers here, but he is going to get his 3rd base up in a pretty timely fashion. Meanwhile, the very interesting thing to note as this is all going on, but Daz has thrown down a workshop. So it looks like he wants to transition from his Rax opening into a workshop opening. And Aicy is going to spot this with his raiders here, as they're going to see this worker, probably pick it off here. Looks like, I wish he had sent the damage raider away. He only needed 1 raider to pick him off there. Meanwhile, Aicy is doing, or Daz, excuse me, is doing some good work in the mineral line. Looks like he's going to get a couple workers picked off here. Aicy's not responding yet. He does get a surround on the raider, and that chases it away. 3 kills on this raider, though. I'd like to check the units lost here. Daz has lost 4 workers. Aicy has lost 3, and both have lost a raider apiece. So really very even trade. I would say Aicy had a bit of an advantage there because I think Daz had miners off mining for a while. And you can see there's a slight income tab slight income advantage for Aicy here. Looking at the units, it's 19 workers to 20. So just a really even game across the board. And DragonArcherZ is going for those drops. He's got his catapults. He's got his advanced workshop coming out. Meanwhile, Aicy is starting to throw down his infrastructure. We have +1 attack coming down for our Rax player, and a little hit squad of archers moving across the map. It's 3 archers, a soldier, and a raider against just 3 archers. I wonder if this move out is kind of as a result because he saw the workshop. However, a catapult in defense is going to be very good to deal with this push from Aicy. So it looks like Aicy's already backing out, kind of realizing that, yeah, this is not probably going to be what I want to do. He's going to throw down his own advanced workshop, possibly as a response to the workshop from Daz. And both players are just going to continue to macro out, staying very equal on worker count. You can tell that both of these are top-level players. Even through all the craziness that we've seen, a lot of APM-intensive movements from both players, but neither player has slipped up on macro. They're both sitting at a really good worker count. Yeah, they're both just staying active with raiders and scouters. It looks like Daz is going to take a 4th base way up to the top. This is a play that I've seen Daz do quite a bit, is he often likes to take proxy, or not proxy, excuse me, like hidden bases. Often he'll take a hidden 3rd. So he'll like just expand to his natural and his main and then take a hidden 3rd. Looks like here's going to take a hidden 4th. This scout doesn't really get anything done. One thing that I'll note as we see this drop coming out from Dragon Archer Z is he does not have +1 attack on his catapults. So these catapults will need to take 3 hits to kill a worker. I kind of would have liked to see Daz just throw down the workshop and grab that +1 attack. It's only 140 gold. And it's a really critical +1 upgrade if you're going to go for these catapult drops. So kind of surprised he doesn't have his forge coming out soon here. I would probably have gotten the forge before my 4th base personally, but Daz chooses to really just be focusing on not doing that, and just continue to macro out his units here. Looks like we got a Dragon's Lair. I don't know what Daz is playing at here. This is a very sketchy play. It looks like he's going to go for dragons. Oh, nice hits, nice hits. He's going to get a couple good rocks out. Second target is really good. 3 workers get picked up. Aicy is not responding. Oh my gosh, he took so much damage. That's really unacceptable for a player of Aicy's caliber to get that much damage against 3-hit catapults. Like, these catapults take a long time to actually kill a mineral line, but Aicy was not even remotely prepared for this. And it looks like, yeah, obviously he's not going to take damage now that he sees the drop. He can easily micro his workers out of the way, but still, that was a pretty rough drop. That was a 10-worker kill drop, if even. I think he got more than that. I think he got like 12 workers there. Brutal play from Daz, and he doesn't even have the +1. So, man, this is kind of crazy play from Daz here. He's just throwing all the tech at his opponent here. He's throwing down triple den. He's got 4 bases on the way. And it looks like he's going to start throwing out a lot of wolves here, which is absolutely wild. Meanwhile, we have a soldier drop from Aicy. Aicy's playing a much more standard game here. He's got his +1 attack. That catapult drop really did massive damage. And I can't help but feel that Aicy should have been more prepared for that catapult drop because he scouted the workshop. But he was very much blindsided by it. Now we have another drop coming in from Daz up to the top. Meanwhile, a soldier drop coming from Aicy, and Aicy is also kind of sharking around the map with his army, which means he doesn't have his units in position to deal with the catapults. Now he's not moving his workers, so the catapults are continuing to get damage. Finally, Aicy responds, but he does lose, I think, 2 or 3 workers there. Meanwhile, the infantry from Aicy are pushing up, but Daz has enough army here. He's got wolves, he's got archers. This army from Aicy is going to get absolutely destroyed. But meanwhile, the soldiers from Aicy are doing good work in the main. They're going to kill off a couple of workers. Looks like this drop gets shooed away by the advanced workshop. However, Aicy is only now getting his 4th base, whereas Dragon Archer Z is mining, albeit not too much. Because it's a proxy base, one of the reasons I don't love the proxy base as much is he doesn't really have the transfer capability. At least he hasn't transferred any workers, so Daz only has 4 workers up mining from the top. Meanwhile, the engagement coming here. Aicy's been doing a good job with this drop. These soldiers have done a lot of execution, and he actually gets away with many of them. Now, he doesn't have any priests out here to really heal up, but a good engagement from Aicy. Looks like he's picking off a lot of troops here. He's picked off an advanced Bell Estate. Really good, efficient trading from Aicy so far here. So that's pretty cool from our Rax player. Meanwhile, he does have the 4th base coming up. He's only at 30 to 40 workers, so quite behind in workers. And, ooh, big catapult hits coming out here, possibly. But it looks like they are going to actually get cleaned up. Catapults still are alive, so it looks like they might get away. The dropship is pretty low on health, but I think if he just flies it away right now, he should be fine. Looks like he wants to get a little bit more damage. I would have just run away if I was him. He could have got this entire drop away, I think, but now it's going to die. So that's nice for Aicy. He finally gets that cleaned up, but his worker count is still abysmal, 29 to 42. He's really far behind in that income tab, as you can see from the total mine, that Dragon Archer Z has about 600 to 700 more mined there. Still no upgrades coming from our Dragon Archer Z player, so really it's those upgrades. We have 2-1 already on the Rax forces from Aicy. I think the biggest thing that Aicy is going to need is those Ballistae. Since he saw the wolves, I imagine, and I think he saw the fortress, he should know that dragons are a possibility. Because, yeah, he dropped his soldiers, so he saw the fortress. He does have a single Ballistae. I don't know if he has black powder upgrade. I don't think he has black powder yet. But he does have a lot of archers, so it shouldn't just die straight up to dragons. Particularly since it's going to take a while for Daz to actually get those dragons out. Daz is quite supply blocked here. And look at these upgraded archers are really going to be doing good work. They don't have the range upgrade, which would be nice for Aicy to get, but they do have 3 upgrades against 0. So these archers and soldiers are really beefy. The one Catapult does a good work to shoo that away. Ooh, big chance for Daz, but he doesn't get the first Q target off. And now Aicy's going to pick off these droppers pretty quickly. Nice split from Daz. He's just using buying time as much as possible. It's really hard to clean up drops efficiently. We have a wolf drop. Ooh, that's interesting. I did not expect that. A wolf drop from Dragon Archer Z. He's just dropping everything at the moment. And kind of almost styling here, Dragon Archer Z is. I don't know if this is actually good, but he's playing very well. Aicy just is having a lot of trouble dealing with the multi-prong attacking. Now, of course, he does have 2-1 workers, so these workers are actually fairly beefy when it comes to fighting these wolves, but it looks like they're just running around and derping and dying. A couple more soldiers would really clean that up easily. Meanwhile, Aicy is trying to put some pressure across on the map. Looks like he might try to pick off this workshop. It looks like he's going to get pretty close to doing it. That does get picked off, but meanwhile, this army is a little bit trapped. There's a lot of archers and wolves coming in here. Aicy's not even controlling this. I think if he actually fights this, he should be relatively fine, but looks like he's just going to kind of run away, try to pick off archers whenever he can. Looks like he might get away with a couple archers, but these wolves are probably going to chase him down anyway. But overall, the trade is relatively okay for Aicy, and he's at 35 workers, and he does now have 5 bases. So, man, I love a tower in the main base, but these upgrades are really going to be the scary thing for Dragon Archer Z. I think Dragon Archer Z needs to start putting pressure on now. He has the dragons, he has the wolves, he has the army advantage because he just cleaned up a force, but he's up against +3, +1. He's up against 4 upgrades here of Aicy. So if Aicy can stabilize and get a good supply of soldier, archer, and a couple Ballistae, his army is going to be really dangerous. I like this counterattack from Aicy, just kind of throwing some high upgraded soldiers across the map. You can see these wolves are going to get absolutely murdered. These wolves can do nothing against the army of Aicy right now. I like the drop play from Aicy. He's actually getting on top of Dragon Archer Z's forces with this drop, and this army is going to get cleaned up terribly. Again, no upgrades. This is ooh, it's interesting. The dragons happen to fly right to where there's a Ballistae. This is the one place they shouldn't have flown. So not good from Dragon Archer Z there. Unfortunate play. But and now the dragons are revealed, so Aicy will know to start adding on towers and get his archers into position. Meanwhile, these soldiers are kind of getting chased away, not doing that much. The dragons will clean them up. We still don't see black powder coming out from Aicy. He definitely was not prepared for these dragons. I wish he had noticed the fortress and been a little bit more prepared. He does have a tower here, does no tower here. One dragon does get picked off. Again, these archers are pretty well upgraded. So, actually, we do start having beast upgrades coming out. Sorry, I wasn't noticing that. Dragon Archer Z has started adding the beast upgrades to his forces here. These dragons get really picked off really quickly by these archers. Daz is very rich. That's the one thing that we can see about him is looking at the gold here. He's really at 127 supply, and he's got lots of money, so he should be able to get these upgrades in very quickly. And it looks like he's adding on werewolf. Now, this is an awkward werewolf done, by the way. I wish he had done this one, because these werewolves will have to walk quite a ways before they can get into the fight. But that's still pretty much fine. Once again, I don't think we have black powder from Aicy, which is a pretty big mistake. You really need that in order to deal with these dragons efficiently. Without black powder, the dragons can actually take the Ballistae fire pretty well. They can tank a lot. You can see Daz is actually doing that. He can actually now run away this dragon if he wants to, and he can still get 2 or 3 more workers, but eventually he's going to run away. Nice. Oh, this is dangerous, though. A wolf drop. There is no defense here for these wolf drops. Aicy is really struggling. His army is actually across the map, so he's going to have a big problem with this wolf drop. The wolf drop is probably going to pick off the ballistay here. Yeah, the ballistay gets picked off. That's a huge deal. And now there's just not that much units left for Aicy. He's only got about 6 archers and a couple other units. Now, these are well upgraded units. Looks like +4 is about to finish. These are +4, +1 Rax forces. But the wolf and the dragons with +2 attack are right on top of them here. Now, we do have another ballistay with a dropship and a tower. So I think if Aicy kind of pulls back, looks like he is going to eventually clean up all these wolves, which is great. And now this force on this side of the map, there's not a lot to stop it here. There's only dragons left. There's really no ground forces for Dragon Archer Z. And these are well upgraded archers. So I believe that Aicy can probably punch his way through. Aicy is very lucky that, Daz is very lucky, excuse me, that Aicy has not scouted the top of the map. I wonder if he will scout that now. Just love to see one soldier kind of just walk his way up there and see what's going on. Meanwhile, Aicy is still kind of derping here. I think Aicy is thinking that Daz is on less bases than he actually is. Because if you think about it, Aicy probably is thinking, okay, I took this base. Maybe he has a base down here. It looks like his soldier spouts that. But he's still on 3 bases. He has no idea there's a 4th base in the top right. And it looks like Daz is already towering up here in preparation to try to secure this position. So meanwhile, Aicy is pretty happy to just be sitting on 5 base. I wish he could have transported more workers down here. I think he's just been kind of struggling to just secure his position, but the eco from Aicy has really been less than ideal. Meanwhile, these dragons are going to get murdered by the archers. Looks like Daz is not paying attention, which is unfortunate, because at least 2 dragons is going to probably go down here really quickly. We do see triple advanced workshop coming from Aicy. I think the triple might be a little bit overzealous. I think with archers 2 is fine, but it seems like if Daz continues to lean on dragons for too long, he might find himself in a little bit of trouble. Good micro here, though. He's going to pick off several workers, probably at this position, and really clean up a lot of the mining from Daz. Meanwhile, we have some soldiers walking up. Now, we do have triple tower, but I believe these soldiers will actually kill these towers. But it looks like the dragons are going to arrive to actually save that position, because upgraded soldiers can do actually really well against just towers. We actually have +6 upgrade, so I think that's a +2. Well, let me check the upgrades here. Yeah, we have just +1 attack upgrade on the ballistay, and they now do have black powder, so they're now really working good stuff. The dragons are still upgraded with oh wow, he's already got +3, +1, so Daz is actually caught up in the upgrades here, which is pretty nice. And it looks like Aicy is just having... Man, I really wish Aicy had pushed with his army when he was right here, because I think if he pushes down, he kills this base. But now he's just really having trouble dealing with the dragons at this point. He's lost several ballistay. He's only got a couple of archers and units to defend here. Now he is going to have his main army push and attack Daz's 5th base. Or lost a little bit count which base that is. I guess, like, yeah, technically a 5th base, if we call this his 6th. And this base is going to die really quickly because there's just not enough units from Daz yet. Now, we do have 2 werewolves. They're at +6. So I think they have, yeah, they have 4 upgrades here. So Daz is definitely caught up in the upgrades. And Daz also has a couple of raiders here doing some good work derping. Look at these archers. They're getting derped around by the shroud here. And now all the dragons from Dragon Archer Z come into the position. I think if Aicy kites and targets these, he might be able to use some good execution here, but with a full health werewolf coming in here, all these archers are in real trouble. I wish he was kiting while he fights here. I think he could kill this werewolf if he kited, but he's just running away. These soldiers are going to go clean up this, but losing this army is just too bad for Aicy. I think he could have fought way better there if he had kited. One werewolf is going to go down, but there's still another werewolf and all these dragons. I think if he brings the ballistay, maybe he can be okay. Ballistays with drop is going to be really good, but now he's losing his workers, and he needs this base badly in order to fight this. And Daz is just magic boxing his dragons. Oh, he loses the airship. That's huge. Losing the airship is massive there. He lost an airship with a ballistay in it, and now there's just nothing left for Aicy. He can grab another ballistay, maybe try to secure his workers, but there's just not enough. He's lost too much now to Dragon Archer Z, and Dragon Archer Z is rich. He didn't lose the castle, so he still has the mining potential. Now he has mining potential there. Looks like one soldier ends up walking over there to deal with that, but I think it's too much. Dragon Archer Z playing a really stylish game here with the Dragon Transition and really experimenting. I think it's really interesting how Daz is experimenting with multiple styles here, but I think Aicy just had too much trouble identifying this top right base. I think if he had identified this and killed it, this game would have been a lot harder for Daz. But never scouting this and then taking so much damage to that initial catapult play are really the things that I think contributed the most to Aicy's loss there. I think definitely there's a level of surprise with the way Daz played, kind of just a very all over the map style, utilizing all his units, but a really cool, interesting style from Daz. I think that was really enjoyable. Hope you guys also enjoyed it, and I will catch you all next time.